My name is Cabin, and this is my story of how I encountered a ghost. I was 19 years old at the time, living with my grandmother in Mpumalanga, South Africa. I had just finished high school and tried applying for varsity, but I didn't get in. That year felt heavy, and I was stressed, unsure of what the future had in store for me. Most days I stayed at home, lost in my thoughts, wondering what I was going to do next, until something happened that changed everything. Days passed until one of my neighbors offered me a job in her own workplace, far from home. I was so excited for the opportunity, and even more excited to finally become independent. That night, I couldn't sleep because I was thinking about the big day ahead. I woke up at 3 a.m. to catch the 4 o'clock bus. I was still a bit sleepy, but the amazing view outside kept me wide awake. The area was beautiful, but to get to the factory, I had to walk past the railway. I had heard stories about the incidents that had happened there, which is a story for another day. I was shocked the moment I reached the gates of the factory, first by its massive size, and then by the fact that I would be working with people from different races. Where I came from, it is rare. I met a lady who gave me my PPE uniform, explained the guidelines that every worker had to follow, and also handed me a contract to sign. It turned out that the men had to work in shifts, and I later discovered that this would become a nightmare for me. On my first day at work, my job seemed simple. Since it was a juice factory, all I had to do was sort the fruits. As simple as the job was, not getting any sleep made it really hard for me. Since I was the youngest worker there, I made friends with an elderly man. From our conversations, I realized the reason I was struggling so much was because I stayed the farthest away. By the time everyone else was already home and in bed, I was still on the road, especially when we knocked off at 11 p.m. I was always the last one to get dropped off, which meant I reached home at 2 a.m., the hour of the spirits in South Africa.
When I got home, I had a routine. I'd knock on the front door, and if Granny didn't hear me, I'd go around and knock on her window at the back of the house.
One of the days, I was dropped off at the shelter. Standing there was a shadowy human figure. I wasn't used to meeting people there, so I initiated the conversation. To calm my nerves, I asked, "Why are you standing there?" He responded, "I'm waiting for a 3 a.m. bus to Mbombela," he said, as I began to walk away.
I suddenly got a gut feeling to run. While I was running, the smell of cigarettes followed me, and my body felt heavy. When I reached home, I dropped my routine and knocked as hard as I could until Granny opened. The next day at the bus stop on my way to the day shift, I told the story. They explained to me that there was no such thing as a 3 a.m. bus to Mbombela. I began to wonder, if there really was a bus to Mbombela, why was he there at 2 a.m. when it leaves at 3? And when I dropped my bag while running, why did I find it in the morning with nothing missing? Why couldn't I see his face, even though I was staring right at him? That could only mean he was a ghost.